Damn you, Lin-Manuel Miranda! You made a movie with a coffee maker as your main character. Now you have me in the mood drinking coffee at 11:30 at night. Ugh, goodness gracious! It's TVB, and I'm here today to review In the Heights, the long-awaited musical film directed by John M. Chu and produced by the one like Lin-Manuel Miranda, and stars Anthony Ramos, Melissa Barrera, Leslie Grace, and Corey Hawkins, and some other people. As this is a musical set, in Washington Heights, a suburb of New York City, in a primarily Latin American community, where Anthony Ramos' character Uznavi and his friends and his girlfriend are kind of like down their luck, and he has dreams. They're all dreamers, and the streets are made of music. The plot is very straightforward, and it's full of music, dancing, and singing, and all kinds of goodness. So, like most people, I was very looking forward to In the Heights. Lin-Manuel Miranda, he nailed the Moana soundtrack, and I still haven't seen Hamilton. The only Broadway musical I've seen is The Lion King, but I would definitely like to see Hamilton at some point, as well as Hadestown and American Idiot and those type of musicals. Whether you see this movie in theaters or watch on HBO Max, I promise you, if you haven't seen it already, In the Heights was very much worth the wait. The plot is pretty straightforward, and this movie is kind of a slow burner. It's at 2 hours and 23 minutes. I will admit, the only nitpick or issue I had in this movie was the pacing. I feel like there were some scenes where I wish things could be moving just a little bit faster than they were, and there were some scenes where I felt like I kind of dragged on, and then the movie kind of, when the ending does come out without spoiling, it kind of felt like it just ends. And this movie is from the trailer, you guys probably know this movie is told in flashback, where Anthony Ramos, Usnavi is sitting around a bunch of kids, and he's telling the story, and he's recounting his times living, in Washington Heights, and all the things they're gonna shut the city down, and there's music, the streets are made of music, and all that other jazz, literally. But I will say that this movie really does shine with the soundtrack. The songs in this movie are just so cute and memorable and very well executed, well choreographed. This movie is probably going to be nominated for Best Cinematography and Best Score and Original Song when the Oscars come around. The performances are very top notch. Everyone in this movie really gets their moment to shine, from the side characters to our protagonist, and everyone. There's no filler characters in this movie. Even Lin-Manuel Miranda himself has cameos as this snow cone vendor, which I thought was pretty funny throughout the film. And everyone can sing their heart out, especially Corey Hawkins. Surprisingly, I wasn't really expecting him to sing as much as he did in this movie, but he did. And honestly, I expect nothing less from an actor who played Dr. Dre and Straight Outta Compton. This movie's really heartfelt as well, and it's one of the rare examples of a Latin American representation. We also got that with the Dora the Explorer movie 2 years ago almost. We get movies with lots of African American representation, but we still haven't really seen that much Latin American representation or Asian representation. We've been making progress there. I mean, I'm not too crazy about diversity in movies, but I feel when diversity is done properly, not kind of shoehorned, rubbed in our faces, oh yeah, look at how woke and progressive we are. It's done very well, and this film does tackle some societal issues. Whether you agree with the stances that they're taking or not, I think this film is socially conscious, but it's not in your face about it like some films have been in recent years. And I feel this movie is very much a good watch for everyone, regardless of what background you're from, or what stances you stand by, or your age group. This movie is it's PG-13, but honestly, parents, take your kids to watch this musical. I mean, it's good for. I think it's good for all ages, as long as your kids are mature enough to handle some things and certain topics. So if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while now, you probably know I haven't been reviewing movies as much within the past year because of COVID and just me being slammed on the weekends with online classes. And I hope no one's tired of me giving this rating, but I gotta say, In the Heights gets another 9 out of 10 stars. The third film I believe I've reviewed. I've reviewed this and Quiet Place Part 2 and Godzilla vs. Kong. They all got 9 out of 10 stars. What can I say? They're all awesome films. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit that like button, and follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. Twitter. My summer class begins on Monday. I've had the past 4 weeks off from summer class. I'm taking one last summer class, and it's gonna be 8 weeks, and it's gonna be like summer classes are a lot more fast paced than spring and fall classes, and it's gonna be a lot of work. And I also got a part time job recently, so if I'm not uploading much, if I'm uploading very little for us this summer, I apologize in advance. As you know, I'm a busy dude. School and work comes first, and secondary stuff like YouTube comes second. I went to the theater that I live right up the street from. I couldn't even wear this mask because apparently it wasn't mask enough. But now it's like not even the workers are wearing masks anymore because vaccines are rolling out. So I'm really glad that the end of this lockdown is in sight. And yeah, you guys have a nice night.